I don't remember when it started, but one day I realized I was no longer making choices for myself. I was saying yes when I meant no, laughing at jokes I didn't find funny, showing up for people who rarely showed up for me. I wasn't living, I was performing the version of me I thought people wanted. Because deep down, I was scared. Scared that if I stopped being useful, if I stopped being pleasant, if I ever said I'm not okay, everyone would leave. So I kept the peace. I bit my tongue. I carried conversations so others didn't feel awkward. I apologized, even when I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't want to be a burden. I didn't want to be too much. So I shrunk myself, smaller and smaller, until I couldn't recognize who I was anymore. Have you ever looked in the mirror and not known who was looking back? I did. And it terrified me, because I used to be someone who laughed loudly, who cried during movies, who danced badly but with joy, someone who had opinions, dreams, edges. But over time, I sanded down those edges to fit in, to be liked, to be loved. And in the process, I disappeared. I remember one night, I was lying in bed, phone in hand, scrolling, numbing, and I saw this quote that said, "If you're constantly molding yourself to fit others, one day you'll shatter." I froze, because I was already cracking, not visibly, but quietly, in the way I didn't text back, in the way I couldn't cry anymore, in the way I laughed with my mouth but not my eyes. I had become the strong one, the put-together one, the one people vented to, but never asked, "How are you?" And the worst part, I let it happen. Because deep down, I thought being loved meant being easy, being quiet, being agreeable. But that's not love, that's survival. I let myself be real. I said no without explaining. I let my voice shake in conversations. I started asking, what do I want? And actually listening. It was awkward at first, uncomfortable, like learning how to walk again. Some people pulled away. And yes, it hurt, but others stayed, and those were the people who weren't there for the performance. They were there for me. Here's what I learned. You don't lose people when you're too much. You lose the ones who were never meant to stay. And maybe that's not a loss. Maybe that's space. Space for people who love your depth, your mess, your truth. If you're watching this and you feel lost, like you've been living someone else's life just to be enough for them, I want you to know, you're not alone, and you don't have to disappear to be loved. Come back to yourself, one small no at a time, one deep breath at a time, one honest moment at a time. Because the world doesn't need another perfect version of you. It needs you, flawed, real, beautifully human. Now I want to ask you something. When did you stop being you? And what would it look like to come home to yourself? If this spoke to you, comment below. I'm learning to be me again. Let's remind each other that we don't have to shrink to be safe. We can take up space, and we are still worthy of love, exactly as we are.